There is a hormone in your body that is quietly setting the stage for almost every chronic disease of modern life. Type 2 diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's, fatty liver, polycystic ovary syndrome. Most cancers, they all share one upstream driver, and 9 out of 10 adults have no idea their body has been quietly broken by it for decades. Today, the 7 silent signs of insulin resistance that most doctors will never warn you about. The number 1 sign will surprise you. Welcome back to Inflammation Nation. Today we are exposing insulin resistance. Insulin is your body's master metabolic hormone. Every time you eat, your pancreas releases insulin to escort glucose out of your blood and into your cells for energy. The system is elegant when it works. The system breaks when your cells stop listening. That breakdown is called insulin resistance, and the modern Western diet, modern stress, modern sleep deprivation, and modern movement levels have made it nearly universal. A 2018 study from the University of North Carolina concluded that only 1 in 8 American adults is metabolically healthy. That is not a typo. The other 7 are running some degree of insulin resistance without knowing it. Here are the 7 silent signs you have probably been ignoring. Sign 7, stubborn belly fat that will not respond to diet or exercise. Visceral fat, the fat that sits around your organs, is metabolically active. It is one of the strongest drivers and symptoms of insulin resistance. When insulin is chronically high, your body cannot release stored fat for energy. You can run on a treadmill every day. You can eat fewer calories. The belly stays. The mechanism is hormonal, not behavioral. The fix begins with lowering chronic insulin, not increasing exercise volume. Sign 6, afternoon energy crashes that demand sugar or caffeine. If you reliably hit a wall between 2 and 4 p.m. and feel like you have to have a snack, a soda, or another coffee, that is not a personality trait. That is your blood sugar plummeting after the spike from lunch. The crash forces your adrenals to release cortisol to wake you up. Over time, the daily roller coaster between insulin spikes and cortisol rescues drives the chronic inflammation that takes decades to surface as a diagnosis. Sign 5, skin tags and dark patches behind your neck or in your armpits. These are called acanthosis nigricans in medical terminology. They are one of the few visible external signs of insulin resistance. Skin tags and dark velvety patches develop in skin folds because chronically elevated insulin acts as a growth signal for skin cells. If you have noticed new skin tags appearing in the last few years, your insulin is almost certainly running too high. Sign 4, brain fog and difficulty concentrating. Your brain runs on glucose. When insulin resistance impairs the brain's ability to access that glucose, mental processing slows. Many researchers now describe Alzheimer's disease as type 3 diabetes for this exact reason. If you find yourself struggling to recall words, losing track in conversation, or unable to focus on tasks that used to be easy, the cause may not be age. It may be your metabolism quietly starving your brain. Sign 3, high blood pressure that nobody can explain. Insulin resistance disrupts the normal regulation of fluid and sodium in your body. The kidneys retain more salt. Blood vessels constrict. Blood pressure climbs. Doctors will hand you a medication for hypertension and never investigate the upstream cause. If you are on blood pressure medication and nobody has asked about your fasting insulin level, your metabolic root cause is being ignored. Sign 2, cravings for refined carbohydrates and sweets. The biology of insulin resistance creates a self-reinforcing loop. High insulin drives blood sugar crashes. Blood sugar crashes drive cravings for fast carbs. Fast carbs spike insulin. The loop tightens over years. People assume they lack willpower. The truth is the loop is hormonal, and willpower never wins against hormones. The only exit is to break the loop with whole plant foods, fiber, and time-restricted eating. And now sign number 1, the silent sign nobody warns you about. Frequent urination at night. If you are getting up to urinate more than once between sleeping and waking, your kidneys are working overtime to clear excess glucose from your bloodstream. The body uses urination as a release valve when blood sugar climbs too high. It is one of the earliest indicators of insulin resistance, often appearing years before fasting glucose looks abnormal on a routine blood test. Most people assume it is just aging, It is not. That is 7 silent signs of insulin resistance. The condition is not rare. It is nearly universal, and it begins decades before any doctor will hand you a diagnosis. The fix is upstream of medication, plant-based whole foods, fiber at every meal, time-restricted eating windows, daily movement after meals, stress reduction, sleep prioritization. Within weeks of changing these inputs, the signs on this list begin to fade. The biology is forgiving when you give it the right signals. If this investigation gave you a new framework, subscribe so you do not miss next week. We are going after the truth about what your tongue is quietly trying to tell you. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical.